Family, welcome back, welcome back. Let's jump right into this, right? It's Romeo Jones from the Narcissist Kid, and I'm gonna just jump right into this. So my last video was September. I am not overstarting this video because listen, I'm in a coaching class. It's a group one. It's not one on one, and I paid a pretty penny for this thing, and everyone has cold feet. Not a lot of people are taking action despite spending all this money. And our instructor, which we have four great instructors in there, it's nice. But Warren said, listen, the first thing you have to do is get going. Just get going. Don't worry about the lighting. Don't worry about your delivery. Don't worry about anything. And then after you get that going, you can go ahead and get good. So right now, guys, for the most part, I don't even have. I have to use the resources that I have to get going. I have this bogus. I'm just being honest. I'm used to Apple products. This bogus government device, but guess what? I'm not about to go buy an Apple device for this. And the Apple device isn't gonna stop the cold feet. And honestly, I want to see the journey raw. Okay, it is 3:45 Central Time in Chicago, Illinois, right now, and I have to be at work at 8 o'clock. Okay, and I ride the bus right now because alcoholism had led me to a pretty devastated situation. But we climbing back, right? Not too long ago, I was sleeping on the train. I couldn't even do this video if I want to because it's the background got addicts everywhere, right? Woo, smell like homeless people everywhere. So I am grateful, and I want to also calm down. But I just watched my last video prior to this, and I hadn't watched it since I filmed it on December 1st. Today is December 20th. I'm sorry, y'all. I got you know what I mean. I'm literally just ranting and getting going. You don't have to get it right. You don't have to get it going, and I hope that inspires someone. But right now, it's certainly inspiring me. So Romeo, where you going with this, right? Romeo Jones, where are we going with this? My last video, I said multiple times, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done. And I also said that I was going to start doing the alcohol experiment and doing the exercises with you all and doing some light reflections. You see, knowledge is going to be key on this journey. That's why I'm sharing a lot of my journey. Maybe it's me that resonates with you, right? The woman who I am going to be the biggest coach in this woman's organization. I'm telling you, she has. I was just on a call with her maybe last month or whatever, but she has 333 coaches right now. They're opening up the institute to bring in more coaches, and it's fairly new. It works if you will work it. It works, and I am going to be number one in this. So I'm starting this now. But let me get to the point. It's already 3 minutes, Romeo. My last video was 30 minutes, and I said it. I wanted it to be 10, but this is healing for me too, y'all. So I got my calendar right here just to help me out. So uh, October 24th. Said, hey, listen, we got to get back in the green. Okay, this is the alcohol experiment. Okay, there's two pieces to any stuff. Okay, well, a lot, but we're not gonna overwhelm ourselves, and we're gonna start with the basics. If you was flat broke like me, not me who balling out of control, making so much money, I'm finding hundreds in the laundry, but me that has went so far down the alcohol trap, I'm asking the bus driver, can I get a ride? And he looking at me like, what I'm supposed to tell you, no? Get on the bus, man. It's 20 degrees out here. And whatever you ain't got no bus fare reason, get it together. Right? Yeah, he just said this all just if you hear me though, some bus drivers would be like, no. And he just gangster there and get on the bus. Now that's another story. But you got this alcohol experiment. I mean, this naked mind. Control alcohol. Find freedom. Discover happiness and change your life. This was really going to open up your eyes to alcohol, drinking, the drinker, a quest for sobriety, and also ask a lot of questions. Does drinking helps me loosen up and have better sex? And she kind of dives into that, right? Because we all have our reasons why we need a drink. Oh crap, we're stuck. That talks a lot about what alcohol really is, man. You know what I mean? Is alcohol liquid courage? And so that's a good part, right? And it's a good primer. At the end of the book, and he says when she talks about paying it forward. I'm paying it forward right now, y'all. You hear me? 3:30 in the morning. I'm gonna tell you why I'm up at 3:30 in the morning. I got work. I gotta leave out the house at 6 and get to work at 8. But she says, dear reader, if you feel inspired to pay it forward, there is one simple and powerful action you can take immediately. Period. Share your story. Period. You might worry that your story isn't relevant or that no one can relate. Alcohol addiction does not discriminate. It touches people from every walk of life. No matter your story, someone will be touched and inspired by what you have to say. Your story will provide hope. It may change someone's life. And me, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wait till I get my tooth fixed. I'm gonna wait till I get better lighting. I'm gonna wait till I get a better device. Oh. But what about this medicine on my heart that I got right now? Huh? What about that? All right, and then, sorry, one more thing, y'all. One more thing. Oh boy, I'm all over the place a little bit because I just got, I'll press the button. I'll press the button. I don't have a script. I don't have no bullet points. I just hit the button until I'm like, bro, you need to hit the button again and stop talking to these people. People got stuff to do. Uh, but at the end of the pay it forward, she says, P.S. If you're looking for more support in your journey, visit thisnakedmind.com for additional resources and next steps, or sign up for my weekly newsletter at thisnakedmind.com/reader. Next paragraph, maybe you need a practical way to get started. Why not simply commit to 30 days alcohol free? Join me for a free 30-day alcohol experiment. Okay, so boom, This Naked Mind, boom, the alcohol experiment. That's Annie Grace. Now this, my friends, is the second piece of this powerful puzzle. This alcohol experiment. And for me, it didn't start off as an alcohol experiment, but I'm not going to get into that. I want to talk about it a little bit more. It started off as me saying, hey, I want to gift myself at 33 years old with, hey, I did 1 year sobriety. Well, 28, 29 days in, I collapsed. You know, we can call it a relapse, if you will, but it's a journey, okay? And a war is made up of battles, okay? I have a lot of homies that's not here due to homicides, suicides, overdoses. You know, war has come to an end for whatever they made of it. Mine is still going, okay? And this alcohol thing, I'm finna tell you right now, add another backstory on why it's got to go. So December 1st, let's jump right into this. I said that. December 1st, October 24th, I stopped drinking. All the way without a sip, like completely, until November 23rd, which was Thanksgiving 2023. And I'm starting to notice, why do I struggle with impulsive decisions, you know? My brain development was rough. I'm not trying to blame it on that. There's different ways to work on that. Eating healthy, staying away from sugary drinks. It's a lot, like, we got to get this alcohol out the way, because even once they get out the way, the board game is not complete, Romeo. All right? And my body, honestly, is not taking it lightly to it anymore. But anyway, so I'm nearly 1 hour from 30 days. 1 hour. It's for Thanksgiving. And I would have probably smoked a joint, but it's Thanksgiving. You know, I didn't want to call nobody to drop me off a small amount because that's all I want. And there was nobody outside really serving bags because it's Thanksgiving. Everybody's somewhere. So I gave in. I made a decision. I don't even care to hit 1 hour. I'm going to go get me a bottle of Tito's. That led me to drinking for an entire week. And then a week went by from the 23rd of November to the 30th, y'all. You know, my real people who struggle with this alcohol, they going to relate. I know I'm being long-winded, and I'm going to do better with that, y'all. Get it going, right? You don't have to get it right. You don't have to get it going. The first step is to go. When I had that drink on November 23rd, I said, I'm going to have a drink. Immediately, I went on a 7-day bender. And I probably spent close to $230, $240 on bottles of alcohol. Tito's specifically. Tito's is good quality stuff for the price. It's cheap liquor. It ain't like I'm going to I ain't buying no Remy, you know, no Remy or no 19, no Don Julio, right? Just a little Tito's. You 200 plus. 200 in a week. Okay? Right now, my rent is only $500 a month. Right, I'm telling y'all like it is. Come on, I done been in Bel Air, man. I done been in the clouds, and I done been on the subway. How do we find some balance? So okay, cool. December 1st, Romeo, let's get this channel going. Well, let's get this alcohol experiment going. And it be tough in the beginning because when you go on a bender, you get to this point, and I've been doing this a long time, where you know you got to detox. You can't keep going up. You can't use more alcohol to stop the withdrawal because your body shuts down so much you can't even function. You can't. You have to go to the grocery store, bro. Get you some Pedialyte. Get you some of your favorite fruits, like some watermelon, some mangoes. Get you some salads. Get you some fiber, right? Some greens. Some people may laugh at this, but get you some. See, my brain's still coming down for what I'm about to say. Some prune juice. You know what I mean? And I know it sucks. You might want to get you some Vaseline too because, yeah, you put one and two together. So from December 1st to December 7th, I was sober. Well, to December 6th, completely sober, right? And I was doing well. I felt great. December 7th came around and I made an excuse. Hey, it's the 7th. What's the 7th? Well, the 7th is that's the day I started abusing alcohol 14 years ago or whatever. It was the 7th. And in my head, I convinced myself with this. Like, you see this crazy logic sometimes? Y'all, this is why support through this journey can be good. You know what I mean? Especially that type of support Annie Grace is talking about. She just wants you to become curious. She just wants you to become more aware, you know what I mean, of the role alcohol is playing in your life. One thing about AA is if you collapse, right? Oh man, we got to take all your coins back. None of them mean nothing. You going back to ground zero. Hold on, bro. I just went, 10 days, 10 months, 10 years. One slip up and I'm back to I am powerless over alcohol. I need a higher power to help me. By the way, what if I don't believe in a high power, right? For the people who don't. Um, I am a diseased alcoholic, and you know what I mean. It's not very empowering, y'all. It's not very empowering, and we are human beings, the most powerful forms of creation on the earth. I get so excited. I watch my videos and I be like, bro, slow it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Put a little Nipsey Hussle vibe on it. You know what I'm saying? A little bitty, a little Chicago flavor. Slow it down. So December 7th, I decided to have a drink. Guess what? I haven't colored it in yet because I had threw away my crayons because I was so convinced I'm not gonna drink. So I threw away my crayons, but I'm gonna get some more tomorrow and fill it in. But my point is, the pattern continued. The same pattern that you see here that represents the last 14 freaking years of my life. I went on a 10-day bender. Okay? Only this time I wasn't drinking so much. When I went on that 7-day bender after Thanksgiving, I was pounding, y'all. I was pounding. I think I was drinking before work. I might have even been slipping some shots in at work. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm tired of rolling the dice with my life, y'all. I'm here for a reason. I don't know yet, but I know it's starting with let's get off alcohol, right? Not just abstain from it, but not even want it. You can have it, right? Like I tell you about 16 high school year old Romeo, right? Everybody was, you want to drink? Oh no. I'm going to the University of Michigan, brother. I'm okay, and I'm going to the NFL after that. I don't care if I'm the last pick. I knew what it was. It turned you into a drunk. Why would you want to be a drunk? But hey, went on a 10-day bender, okay? And from December 7th to December 17th, because I once you start, it's just like, I'm going to just go with the flow. I had something I want to talk about, but I'm going to just go with what's coming to me. Once you start to sip on it, right? And he will talk a lot about, in both of them, but especially This Naked Mind. By the way, you see that? I'm getting distracted a lot. This Naked Mind, the alcohol experiment. Well, I own this alcoholexperiment.com. I'm going to get Annie's attention to it. When I meet that lady, it's going to be on and popping. But she talks about how highly addictive and poisonous ethanol is. So here, I know it is, and I still sometimes get impulsive and just go with it. But I also, from December 1st to December 7th, was kind of using willpower. Maybe December 1st, December 2nd, December 3rd, I was reading a little bit of the book, but I wasn't really completing the exercises. And that's what makes it easy to be impulsive. But when you look at it like alcohol allows you to have better sex. Alcohol raises your testosterone. Alcohol lowers your libido. Who told you it makes you, oh, that little first 20 minutes? Maybe, right? Guys, I'm 14, ladies, I'm 14 years in this game. It's BS. And I'm only 33, so what make you think that I might want to, what makes you think that I want to be with a pretty lady, right? Or doing anything with a girl that I like and I got whiskey, you know what? I'm 33, okay? I got a homie that's 57 and he's slaying stuff right now. You know why? Because when it comes to health, he's a pretty healthy guy. Never smoked, never drink because his father used. You feel me? So he stayed away from it. 57. So imagine that same girl hook up with him the next morning. She gonna be like, well, dang, I was with Romeo last night. He 33. This man, he just 57. Put him to shame. So alcohol, like, why do I even play? Because listen, the addictive part is you start drinking it and it raises your dopamine levels. It gets on your neurotransmitter. Man, it get real deep. That's why I be reading these books. I want to know this book like it was my favorite Gucci Mane album. You hear me? Back in the day, I know every 21 tracks word for word. You hear me? That's how I want to do to these books right here. Because there's other things that I want to get onto with my life, like how to love yourself. As weird as that sounds, right? But it's not. Some people get it at home, some people don't. You start, you say you're going to have one. But once you start, you realize you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. And if you're not drinking alone, now you're in an environment where people are drinking. So now once everybody gets going, you're probably like, okay, I'm good. Hey, y'all, let's have another round. And when you're in that environment, you don't want to be that guy. Or you just like, yeah, shit, let's have another round. I feel good. Alcohol takes you up from where you are, right? You just got off work, been a long day. I'm going to have a drink. It take you up 2 bumps. But when you stop, you started here, right? You drank the alcohol, 1, 2. I learned this from Annie Grace. This is why I study her stuff. Once the alcohol begins to metabolize, mean the first thing your liver and the first thing your body's gonna do once it enters your system is get rid of it. It's like, oh no, we can't use this. This gotta go. Come on, if you have a green smoothie, I was just drinking one. My body is gonna begin to use this to distribute nutrients and vitamins and to repair cells and yada. Alcohol, it shuts down all other functions, and enemy number one is this ethanol that you just put in us, right? The poison part. Now listen, everybody don't experience withdrawals the way that I do because of how I drink. Most people I know, well, that'll be on the internet. They talk about wine. Oh, and I'm not hating, okay? But it's like if you smoke weed that's 17% THC, right? And then you go hang out with some people that smoke weed that's 35, it's gonna be a whole different getting high experience. And don't compare. You smoking purples at 17, I'm smoking Kush, gas. At 34, you gonna hit the blunt and pass out, right? So somebody who drink wine and beer, they can't compare to somebody who drink spirits, and I don't mix them. I may chase them in the beginning once I'm kind of getting buzzed, but once I'm buzzed, I'll drink a lot of alcohol without even chasing. I am literally consuming straight vodka. But then the poisonous part, right? Okay, day 1, you in it. Day 2, you keep going. By the time you get to day 7, you like, hold on. I haven't done a YouTube video. I said that I'm not gonna do this anymore, and you out the game. You know you need to stop. Guess what? When I know it's time for me to stop, I know I'm about to go through hell, so I prepare, right? A couple days, like I said, I started drinking on the 17th. Today is the 20th at 3:30 in the morning. I stopped drinking on the 17th at nighttime. I had my last little drink. The 20th, which is today, is 3 o'clock in the morning. Yes, I had one of these. I had a celery and something. I had to Pedialyte, replenishments, guys, so that I'm not so miserable as my body begins to detox. Okay, and I've done this on so many levels. We'll get into it. It's already 20 minutes. Boy, where does time go? So I'm gonna probably just do a part two. But the poisonous part, oh my God. When I tell you the easiest, it's not the easiest. In the immediate, the easiest way to fix a hangover that's coming from some serious withdrawals is more alcohol because you want to just go back up, right? You didn't went up so high, you didn't went up so high, now it's time to come down. You're like, oh, crash it, woo, let's go back up, let's go back up. But the more you go up, you're going to have to go down, boy. How you think people end up losing everything off alcohol? And then you can't even think straight. You doing the, come on, you know when you sober and you observing people that drink, you like, how you drinking that stuff? It's highly addictive. Once you drink it, you like, oh, suck it. Guys, listen. Ladies, listen. I'm on it. This did not start out as an experiment for me. It turned into an experiment. But that's what Annie Grace says. She says, listen, this ain't a place where you have to abstain. This is a place where I want you to get curious about the role that alcohol is playing in your life. Right? I know Annie stands, don't touch the alcohol. But for her, it's like, hey, if you want to have one glass a night or one glass on special occasions, she's like, hey, this is your journey. I know what I'm leaning towards. I want to control alcohol. And control alcohol means abstain via knowledge. Not, I am an alcoholic, I am powerless. Bro, you ain't drinking 20 years. You still coming to meetings looking like you the saddest puppy on earth because you don't drink no more. You not happy? It's because of the way that she went about doing it. You know what I mean? Anti-philosophy, which is backed by science, psychology, psychologists, etc. That's why I'm getting my tail in order. It has it. So that's the poisonous part when it's coming out of your body. That's why I ain't did a YouTube video. And it sucks, God, ladies. That first 2-3, it depends how long of a binge you've been on. Like I went on a 21 binge one time, bro. I didn't even begin to get better for like 10 days. 10 days was hell. You know, and I don't go check into a detox program and all of that. I'm not telling you to do that because I've been doing this so long, playing with this fire. I know what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I gotta do something on this day, so I know that I need to kind of calm down a little bit. And it gets rough, y'all. And then like, so look, the other day I'm drinking. I cut my face. I wasn't paying attention. Boom, walked into a wall. Right now, I just put on some Eucerin. You hear me? And this the strong one right here. This the super rich one. I usually get one like right up in the middle. This the rich one. But why did I get the rich one? Because what it say, intensive repair. This one just, lotion. Why I got intensive repair? The alcohol dries out your skin. It dehydrates you. It dehydrates you. So here I am. I'm still going, y'all. Did I have a little relapse? We can call it that, but I know that I'm about to get right back up and keep going. That's why I'm like, hey, bro, what is it that you start? Is it boredom? Is it just, it's impulse control, which can stem from CPTSD, childhood trauma. When your brain doesn't develop correctly, they did a study, y'all, where they say, hey, listen, kids, all right, here we go. We can have a donut right now, okay? A snack right now. Or you could wait until I get back. The teacher say, wait till I get back and you can get 2 snacks. Okay? Everybody like, oh man, 2 snacks sound good. We gonna wait till you get back, TT. We gonna wait till you get back, teacher later. Teacher lady leave. A lot of the kids that came from poverty backgrounds or single family homes, not all of them, but the majority, there's always an exception now, y'all. You hear me? Always an exception. Believe that, right? But the majority of them said they was gonna wait. They thought they was gonna wait. But that 10 minutes just started turning into 10 hours and they indulged. That's called a lack of impulse control. And neuroscientists can see that with brain scans. Right? Ways around that is a healthy diet. Things like mindfulness, meditation. So y'all, I'm right back on it. I think about it every day like, You ain't even showed up. You talking, man. You know what I mean? Cause this stuff gets deep. Listen, and I got both of these from the library. From the library. I don't, man. Listen. This year, when I lost everything, I also picked up a pretty large debt. That's why I lost everything. So we had 25 minutes. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna do a part two, and I'm gonna do that part two right away. And I'm gonna talk about why I have on a jacket in my house and why the heat ain't on. The heat ain't on, bro? Dang, are you gonna be homeless again? If I don't get back, if I don't do what I need to do to recondition my mind deeply, consciously, and get this into my unconscious, guys, that's what I'm worried about. Is it life worth living? Drinking alcohol? I don't want to wake up again. My girl left because she tired of the drama. I don't want to wake up again with in the police station. Now I gotta call Goldberg and he want $7,000, and that's a deal. That's a deal because of all the clients that I done sent him and all the previous times I didn't work with him. Maybe on unrelated alcohol stuff. Yeah, you alcohol. Man, you usually be calling me about something else than that, but $6,000. I don't want to go to work again, and it's like, hey man, we're sorry, but making a little bit of complaints that you're a little off, and we ain't doing. We got a stack of them, brother. It seems like these long form 30-minute videos is my sweet spot, huh? You know what, y'all? I don't care. I'm gonna get better with time. For the longest time, I knew I wasn't gonna shoot a video till I got my teeth fixed, my tooth fixed. I got some on my heart, and just for me to begin to do this and get comfortable. A lot of times when I'm going fast, I think it's anxiousness. So I do this for me right now, but I want y'all to know I really do it for y'all. But if I was doing it for just y'all right now, it's like one of my mentors. He said he shot YouTube videos on how to get fit for a year before he ever got like traction. A year, and he said multiple videos a day. Shout out Wesley Virgin, man. I love that guy, man. He's the first millionaire that actually just showed me personally, not just through YouTube. Man, fly out to Vegas, man. Ooh, I'm already in LA. Yeah, I'll drive there right now. But guys and gals, I know that I went on a 10-day binge after I shot that video and that's why I ain't been shooting videos all year. I started this channel on January 31st, 2023. I put out like 2 videos in February. I didn't shoot another video until December. Why? I've been using. And now I'm like, stop trying to be perfect. Again, there's that childhood trauma from CPTSD, perfectionism. What does perfectionism lead to? Procrastination. Well, why you want to be perfect so bad? Because when you suffer trauma as a child, one wrong move can mean you could be getting your ass hit in the head with a skillet. And I mean like 8, 9, 10, right? Because by the time I got 12, I'm kind of like, man, Ma, I'm captain on defense right now. I'm a duck now. I will never dare put my hands on my mother or retaliate, even though it did happen in our last days together once. But that was 1 out of 250. But yeah, I started ducking it. You try to punch me, I duck. You hit the wall, break your knuckle. Now you mad at me. Get out my house and because this channel is the Narcissist Kids, talking about being raised by narcissists. But before I can, which is a spectrum disorder, this is not you have a flu of 104. Nah, it don't work like that at all. And we all have traits to certain degrees. But some people kind of got the full-blown disorder. But I don't care to study that. That's not really. But before I can even address the narcissist kid, I want to talk about the alcohol experiment. This alcohol experiment that I have begun and I'm looking to complete here and become a coach in the beginning of my career on helping people get to the next level and freeing themselves from alcohol, the Annie Grace way. Do you know, and I'm done, okay, because I got to make a part 2. Do you know the most successful the most success rates for people who stop using alcohol, and it may even be drugs, is spontaneous remission. What's that? That's when a person wake up and say, enough is enough. And they stop. They say AA has, it's like, I don't know, 15%. Versus spontaneous remission is about 63%. And I'm telling you, I have been wanting companionship. And guess what? I got that from a friend. I met this great young lady. She's really, really sweet, you know. And we get to work on communicating, and and she's a girl, so it's a different kind of communication. Because I got my boys. I'm talking about like my real boys, like one in Colombia, one about to do a show in Africa. Like my boys abroad, they like America cool, but thanks for the passport. But I don't want to be a broad drinker, so I got to work on that. And when I'm drinking, our companionship sucks. Well, maybe a little hee-hee, a little ha-ha, a little touchy-feely more than usual, but it sucks. And even for me, when I'm drinking, what do you, like, on a deep level, I don't feel good about myself. I look in the mirror and I'm like, dang. Versus when I'm not drinking, I'm like, hey, I know we got a lot of work to do, but I feel good, baby. We can't do nothing if we don't feel good. Hallelujah. When I'm drinking and that bender's starting to get extended, I can't even hold no food down. So look, y'all, I love y'all. Do me a favor. If you know someone that this channel will resonate with, share with them. Because this channel will change lives. Okay? And we doing alcohol right now. Right? How do we stop drinking and remove our desire to drink? Not just abstain, right? 20, bro, you ain't had a drink in 20 years. I am an alcoholic. I am powerless over the alcohol. Oh my gosh. What have we been sold? Don't buy it. I'm going to leave it at that. But this lady right here, okay, I'm trying to tell you. She the only reason, like, because before her, I would just collapse and be like, oh, you suck. I would beat myself up. So, yeah. Jeez. If they gave me a stage and said, hey, Jerome, you got 30 minutes or whatever, bro, I will have 5 bullet points and only get through 1. That's like the preacher at church when they're, okay, y'all, we got to go fast now. Or he keep you 30 minutes past what he was supposed to. So we had 33 minutes coming up here, and 33 is a special number for me. That's when I really wanted to become an adult, accountable, responsible, dependable, humble. They ain't got that bag, you hear me? Baby, what kind of ice cream you want? You hear me? We getting premium if you like it. So, much love, y'all. Share the video, like it, subscribe it. I'm about to drop another one. And today, although today is the 20th, I'll talk about that more in the next one. I'm really about to start this thing tomorrow. I am. On the 21st of December. Estamos Christmas in America. And I suppose around the world. So, later, y'all.